Hey guys, it's me, the Crazy Ada. Today I would like to talk about the top 5 cars existing in just Remastered. As you all know, our friend Yakuzo made a car rebalance probably about a month ago or something. And today I would like to tell the top 5 cars which are currently meta. And yeah, this is gonna be the topic for this video, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. I will go about specific topics like the stats of each car, the size obviously, the handling, and the camera view. Like those are the most common things that people check about the car, and that's how we are gonna start off the video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And the fifth place to our rankings goes to the Panda V9. The Panda V9 is a quite good car. It looks kind of decent. It's kind of popular right now. And yeah, let's take a look at the stats. So the Panda V9 has 242 speed points, 228 acceleration, 158 Dura, and some boost points. Kinda average stats, like overall good stats. So the aero kits, the Panda currently has 2 aero kits that you can buy for Mido. Kinda looks slick, to be honest. Yeah. One is like 5k Mido, the other one is 55k. Yeah, to the handling, a lot of people say, and what I felt like when I was driving, that the Panda is really light. Like when I was driving the car on the CBT also, it feels very light, the car. So can definitely recommend this car to people who struggle with snaking. And yeah, the camera view is pretty good too, because it's like kinda far away. But yeah, let's take a look at the size. The size is, in comparison to a 321Z, we're gonna use the 321Z. And yeah, as you can see, the 321Z is wider than the Panda. Like, let me show you. Like, the Panda is maybe a tiny bit longer than the 321Z, but the Panda is definitely smaller, which makes it an overall great car to use, and can definitely recommend this car. And yeah. And the next car on our list, rank 4, is going to be the Yuri 3 V9. This car is a very good looking Audi, which we will go in deep further right now. Let's get to the stats. The stats of the car in the V9 are 232 speed points, 244 acceleration, 152 Dura, and some boost. So overall, this car has pretty nice stats. Yeah, to the aero kits, the Yuri has currently 2 aero kits, 1 Mido aero kit for 500k Mido. And there's a G-Coin 2 for 1.5k G-Coins for 7 days. Both give 10 durability points and 10 speed points. Yeah. To the handling, the car is not light. Like the car, if you don't use an aero on the car is kinda drivable, but once you use an aero on the car, the handling gets very heavy. So I definitely recommend driving this car without aero if you're going to use it, because it's like a cheap V9 too. Since it's already base V8, you can just make it V9 with just some small amount of Mido. So yep. So you only need like 3.6 million to make this car V9, which is a pretty cheap V9. That's why you see a lot of people driving it. And yeah, let's compare the size of this car with the 321Z. And yeah, as you can already guess, this car is a bit bigger than 321Z. Like it covers both sides equally. But the cheapness of the car and the camera view is obviously very good of this car. You can see a lot ahead. So in the field, when there's traffic, you see the traffic really good. Obviously, we don't have traffic in racing yet. But yeah, pretty good car to use, can definitely recommend. Was my first V9 too. And the third place on our top 5 list is going to be the 321Z V9. Yeah, the car is a beast in my opinion. Let's head over to the stats. The stats of the car, like 252 speed points, 224 acceleration, 142 durability. And yeah, to the arrows, this car has a lot of arrows that you can use. There's like cheap arrows for 25k meter or like even 125k. You can decide between both arrows, so this car has 2 arrows that you can buy. And in addition, you get 10 durability points and 10 acceleration points, not like the common 10 dura and 10 speed. Which makes this car a pretty overall neat stats car. And yeah, in terms of the handling, this car handles really light. I can really recommend this car. You can kind of see it on the shaking when I try to switch left to right. If it shakes a lot, the handling's pretty light. You can make those little switches. And yeah, the camera view is kind of okay. I mean, it's not as good as on the Yuri V9, but it's still better than on Panda. And yeah, obviously the size of the 321Z in comparison to a 321Z is the same. But we can just go through it just for the lols. Yeah, this car was basically my second V9 made car. And I'm still proud that I have it. Can definitely recommend this car. You can use anything on this car. You can use Brandons, you can use 80s. I'm using Brandons. So, yeah, but it's just an overall pretty neat car. It has everything. Speed, Axle, Dura. Can really recommend this car too. That's why it's third on the list. Alright, the second place of our ranking is going to be a car that people probably think is going to be this first place. But it's the Comet V9. The Comet is very popular among the people. And now let's go through the stats. The Comet has a lot of less speed points than the cars that we just heard about it. But it has more acceleration and more durability points, which makes it a pretty good car. For the aero kits, you can buy a 5k meter aero kit and a 50k aero kit, which both give speed and dura points, so you get kinda a bit speed points back. And yeah, for the handling, as people already think, you can see it on the shaking, the handling of the Comet is really light, and that's why it's so common too, because light handling means good snaking. So that's why people prefer the Comet. And yeah, the camera view is kinda worse than all the other cars we just had yet, but the handling makes up for it, and people usually just use the Comet in together with 80s and not Brandons, so they don't really need the axle. And yeah, that's like the most common reason why people use the Comet, because they just go full 80s and they need acceleration instead of a speed car. And yeah, let's get to the size of the Comet in comparison to 321Z. Let's see, it looks like it's the same. Yeah, on the sides it's like the same. Maybe the Comet is a bit wider. But yeah, it's like a tiny bit longer than the 321Z, but overall not much. And yeah, the Comet is pretty cool car. Pretty expensive though, but definitely worth it for people that want the axle. Alright, let's move to our first meta and top 5 car after the rebalance from Yakuzo. And it's going to be the Atoka. Surprisingly, this car is not as popular as I thought it would be after the rebalance, but there's still some people using it and loving it. And now I'm going to show you why this car is first placed in my ranking list. To the stats, this Atoka has a lot of speed points, 262 speed points, 210 acceleration, and 146 dura. And you even get speed points and dura points from your aero kit. This car is just a beast stats wise, and it's not only stats wise which makes this car so good. We will go through the other stuff now. The handling of this car is kinda worse than the Comet though. Like, it's not as light than people think it is, but it's still not as bad as the Yuri with Aero for a reason. But what makes this car pretty insane is like the camera view. You see so much with this car. You kinda see everything, and this car has like a wide FOV, which makes it really easy to drive too. And yeah, let's check out the size of this car in comparison to 321Z. Yeah, let's move a bit further back. And it looks like it is kind of bit wide on the sides. I can't really tell. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of wider and a little bit longer. But as I said, the stats are pretty insane. The camera view is insane, and the size is alright. So yeah, I can really definitely recommend this car for people that use Brandons for sure. And yep. Please remember, guys, this is all my opinion. That's my personal list of the top 5 meta cars right now in Drift City after rebalance. But before I finish this video, I would like to talk about 2 honorable mentions about cars that ain't as popular as of right now, but that gained popularity since 1 or 2 weeks. And the first car that I'm going to talk is the Eric. You see people like Kais, who's been using this Eric since a lot of weeks, and now people like Hauser and some Louis Live switch to it. And I can definitely see the reasoning of the switch. And yeah, let's go through the stats. The Eric has 268 speed points and 186 acceleration, 158 Dura. The speed points of this car are insane, and the Dura. And that's literally what matters in this game. And yeah, to the Aero kits though, you can use like an Eric front kit 1 and Eric hood 2. They both give, I guess, speed and durability. I'm not sure yet. Might be excellent Dura, but durability for sure. And yeah, the handling of this car is very light, as I heard from recently from Hauser. But it's still not as easy to control like other cars. It slides a bit. This may be personal opinion, but yeah, this car, when I was driving it, felt like light, but not as light as Comet, for example. As of the camera view of this car is decent. It's not, the FOV is not as wide as the Atoka, as the Yuri 3, but it's not bad. It's drivable. But the stats are pretty insane for this car, and that's why people probably opt for it. Let's see the size in comparison to a 321Z. This car is bigger. Yeah, this is bigger on the size. You can barely see the 321Z. Oh, it's another one coming here. Okay, I see. But on the length, it's... yeah, you can see it's bigger, but it's not big of a problem. And yeah, can definitely see why people like this car. Some people don't like it, aka Yuri. But yeah, good car. Get it if you wanna. And the last honorable mention is going to be my lovely Tokyo V9. I really fell in love with this car after I saw Jesse Beer driving it. And after the car rebalance, the car got so many good stats, and now I'm gonna go through it. So basically, the stats of the Tokyo are 256 speed points, 208 acceleration, 154 durability points. So kinda speed dura based, which is like the meta right now. And yeah, to the Aero, there's like a 10k Mido Aero kit for Tokyo. I personally don't use it. It gives speed and dura though, but the handling is really shit with this Aero. Like, I prefer to use it without Aero, and the handling is kinda light. Like, I can drive it. It's not as light as Comet, but it's definitely light and drivable. But don't use it with Aero kit. With the Aero, the handling gets way worse. And I see this car's getting more popularity too from people like Veral's got it and Rizzle. Like, I can see why people switch to it. I mean, I've been driving this car since a month, I guess. And yeah, let's compare the size to a 321Z. Yeah, as you maybe suppose, the size is smaller. It's a pretty small car, but it's not as small as people think it is. Like, if we just go through the comparison, like, it's obviously the length is shorter. It's short, but on the size, it's maybe not as wide as 321Z, but it's close to it. Yeah, but definitely overall really great car. I love it. Get it if you want to be like me. Geck. Alright guys, this is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed content like this. I really enjoyed making this top 5 series. If you want to see more content like this, like for example talking about tips and tricks in this remastered, how to get Mido fast, what should I do, like maybe a Brantons versus 80 comparison, acceleration cast to speed cast, just let me know in the comments what you like to see. I definitely want to upload more content for sure. Not only giveaways. I'm obviously going to do giveaways too, but we will need an event first. POC. And yeah, so that's basically it. Let me know in the comments if you like this video. Still keep in mind, this is all my personal preferences. Like, you can maybe still think, oh, Comet is rank 1 and Atoka is a shit car. It's still what I see when I play channel battle, when I drive the cars, and that's just to give you guys a quick thought about the current meta cars and the current good cars. Obviously, the rebalance made a lot of cars viable. Still, some cars are kinda left over. Like, in my opinion, there are way too less contenders for the Comet, since the majority of the people like to use 80s instead of Brantons, so they don't need to lube it. But there's like only one really good acceleration car, which is the Comet. And for speed you have the Atoka, you have the Yuri, you have the Tokyo, the Cielo, the Eric. There's a lot of things for speed cars, but apparently for Excel not, which makes it kinda sad. But yeah, if you want to get a Comet, just be a Comet meta slave. I don't. You can join the Tokyo gang if you wanna. And yeah, thank you guys for being here, and see you next video. Goodbye.